Greetings, conquerors. First, as always, we need to tell you thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for stopping by from time to time, viewing videos, sharing videos. We just want to tell you how much we appreciate all of that. Secondly, as always, we need to tell you that we're proud of you for your progress. And your commitment to your new reality, to your fresh start, to everything that you believe God has for you, your commitment to getting there. We just want to tell you how proud we are of you for your diligence in your own lives. Okay, so that being said, that being out of the way, why are we together today? All right, today I want to just suggest something, as always. Today I'd like to deal with changing positions, okay? Today is about changing positions. All right, what I have observed in life is a lot of times we stay in one position or in certain positions entirely too long. We once was the new hot shot in the room. We were once the new kid on the block. We were once the person with the innovative ideas, with all the energy. We were the star in this position because it was new, it was fresh. Well, at some point, things seem to have gotten a little bit stale. I don't know why things aren't growing anymore. I have no idea how to relate to this new group of people. I have no idea. I don't even understand the world that I live in anymore, but I'm the same person doing the same thing. Why did it work 5 years ago or 10 years ago, and why is it not working now? Well, it is possible, and I'm only suggesting this as always. It's possible that it might be time to simply change positions. Let me see if I can suggest something that you might find relatable. You're miserable at your current job, or you're miserable in that current position at church, or you're miserable at home. You have no energy for the same thing. You have no new ideas. You're not innovative at all anymore. Sometimes you might even get sleepy on your way to the job because you just hate the experience, right? You find yourself being a little more irritable. You find your fuse being just a little bit shorter. You find that everything and everybody is getting on your nerves on a regular basis. Well, it might have more to do with you needing to change positions rather than the environment or anybody else around you or around us. So this is what I have found. We're not going to be before you long this morning. I just want to suggest something. And here's the thing. You might already know this. You might already be experiencing this. You might have already moved on. So this might not even apply to you. So do me a favor. If that's the case, go ahead and forward this video to somebody that you think it might help. When I was in the 8th grade, my 8th grade teacher taught us something about farming. What she said was, sometimes farmers will plant one thing in one season and they'll plant something else in the same ground in another season. She said the reason that they do this is because all of the nutrients, all of the resources, all of the things required to produce one crop has been depleted and it needs to be replenished. But for the next crop or for a different crop, the ground is plentiful with resources and nutrients and the whole thing. So the next crop or a different crop can bloom with no problem at all. It's possible that some of us have just simply been depleted because we've spent so much time being committed and being dedicated to building one thing, to growing one thing, to now we just simply need to shift gears, just basically shift to the right, change positions, because we might have everything needed to produce and grow something else. It's possible that the reason that we are so irritable and we get so easily, we pop off at people so easily, it could be because we're frustrated by being in the same position for entirely too long. And so when one person says one thing to us, we're ready to bite their head off, but it might not be because of them, it might be because of us. Our issue might be It's time to get off the usher board and go help a different ministry. It might be time for you to look at your job and at least apply for a new position. It might be time just simply to take a look at your life and decide, why in the world am I still doing the same thing? Now, I'm not attempting to say leave a situation before it's time. I'm just simply saying, if you've been there for an extended amount of time and you don't seem to be growing, the people around you don't seem to be growing, the circumstances don't seem to be getting any better, instead of looking around at everything externally, just take a look inside and try and figure out if you can find a good reason for you to still be in the same position. Well, I need the money. Okay, that's fine. But why can't you do that in a different position? I need this and I need that. Well, that's okay. But why can't you do it in a different position? We can decide to stay where we are and be mediocre and just be okay and just get by. Or we can make a conscious decision to possibly shift gears and become excellent and stellar in another situation. That's all I'm trying to say. And that's really all I have for today. Just do me a favor and take a look at your life. Do me a favor, take a look at your situation and your circumstance. And instead of praying to God that He fix them, or He fixes the circumstance around, just ask Him to give Him some more insight into you and what you're doing, or into us and what we're doing. Why are we still here? Why are we still doing this? What's it all for? What's the point? There was one time when this whole thing was fulfilling to us. There was one time when we helped a lot of people in this situation. There was a time when everything was great. Basically, everything we touched, it seemed to turn to gold. And now it's a different thing. It might not be that you're no longer qualified. It might not be that you're now useless. It might not be that you're now that we just don't need you anymore. That's not the case. It might be it's just time to change positions. Look, you might not be able to dunk a basketball anymore, but you certainly can teach it. All right, you might not be able, or you might not have the drive to build a ministry. You know, driving all over town and contacting a bunch of different people and going to speak in different places and all of that. You might not have the energy to do that anymore, but you can certainly train some folk to do that, because you do have the experience. You might not have any desire whatsoever to start another company because you've already done it. You might not have the drive to build another company, but you can certainly teach some other folk what to do and what not to do. Why? Because your experience is valuable. Everything about what you have inside of you is still valuable. All I'm saying is you might be killing yourself in your current position because you ain't that age no more. You're not the young person anymore. You're not the new kid on the block anymore. You might not be able to sustain what you want to do, but you can certainly help somebody else in another position and grow a different generation. I'm not talking to anybody that's old. I'm not talking to anybody that might be up in age. I'm talking to everybody who's been doing things for a long time. It might be time to just simply change positions. You might need to go from being soldier to being a general. You might need to go from being an employee to being an employer. You might need to go from being the business owner to being an advisor on somebody else's board or at somebody else's company. These are all just suggestions, y'all. That's all I got. That's all I got for today. Just do me a favor and take a moment. The next time somebody gets on your nerves, just try and calm down for a moment and consider why this is happening. Why are they bothering me so much? The comment that they made might not have been directed at me anyway. So why am I furious and wanting to get up in everybody's face? What is going on in my family life? What's going on at church that's driving me so mad? It might be it's just simply time to change positions. That's all I got, y'all. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your attention. Again, I'm proud of you. Again, I love you. And as always, I'll see you at the finish line.